Hi, my name is Olivia. I've landed just in time to catch another segment of Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers with William Craig III. Today, Mr. Craig will be demonstrating another powerful prompt to help us use AI effectively in our job search. I can't wait to see what he's going to share with us. And the best part is, I can watch the replay on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel at Get Up and Get a Job. Okay, fasten your seatbelts. Mr. Craig is about to take off.
Thank you so much, Olivia, and welcome back to those of you who have been following the series, either in person or by watching the replays. And a warm welcome if it's your first time joining. This is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers, and I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career strategist. Now, today's segment deals with targeting roles that resonate with what drives you. You see, I believe you should choose to do work that lights your fire. Oh my goodness. If you're new to the series, I have a clear mission to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. You see, the fact is, there are people who randomly put out resources with hundreds of AI prompts, and they're well-meaning. But sometimes too many prompts can actually be paralyzing. So Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers is focused on giving you just one powerful, practical prompt each day. And no matter how long you've been unemployed, underemployed, or just unhappily employed, my goal is to help you run your job search like a well-organized job campaign, one with clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your campaign manager. How cool is that? By the way, if you've missed any of the segments, feel free to visit my LinkedIn profile to watch the replays. Or better still, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Get Up and Get a Job. That's right. Just go to YouTube, type in Get Up and Get a Job, click the subscribe bell, and you'll be notified every time I go live or I share a video I believe will be of help to you. So let's get started with today's segment. And let's see, we got a couple of comments. Oh my goodness, let's see what we got going on here. We've got Dawn Lewis says, good afternoon, everyone. Happy day before Friday. Love it. Mr. Craig, hope your wife is feeling better. Unfortunately, she's not. Went to the doctor, you guys know. It was pretty cool watching myself while I was sitting in the doctor's office. Anyway, but so she got some meds, but had a rough night, still having a rough day today. So we'll see what the doctor, tells us to do next. But thank you so much for asking, and please keep her in your prayers. We appreciate that. And let's see who else we got. We got Monica Jacks. Hey, Monica, good afternoon to you as well. And Shelly is joining us once again. Hey, Shelly. Glad that you are here. So let's go on and take a look at what chat is going to help us with today. And our prompt is, Mary is motivated by values such as creativity, helping others, structure, continuous learning, specifically AI, and independence. Using her resume, identify 5 roles in any industry that align with these values and explain why. Now, we all know that Mary is an accounts payable, accounts receivable specialist, right? We all understand that. But here's the thing. Sometimes people make this mistake of believing that because I have done this, let's say ARAP role, I've had this role in, let's say, a healthcare situation, that's the only place that you can do it. And that's just not true. I mean, there are you could look at hospitality, you could look at manufacturing, which as a whole, manufacturing may be on the downswing right now. But the point I'm making here is that what you do could possibly be used in other industries. And again, we're talking about targeting roles that resonate with what drives you. You've heard me say this if you've been following me any length of time. Not every opportunity is the right opportunity for you. All right. So you're looking at job opportunities and you're becoming discouraged because you didn't get that opportunity. Well, maybe that opportunity wasn't what's best. And by the way, did you do the kind of research that you really need to do to understand what that opportunity really would bring to you as a professional and as a person? Because it's not just what you're going to be doing as a professional, but you got to be able to share with your friends, neighbors, loved ones, what you do and who you work for, because that's how we are socialized. Yeah. Hey, what do you do? Oh, really? Hmm. And then you talk more about the company, etc. But if you work for a company that really doesn't align with your values, and we talked about that yesterday, but now we're looking at, okay, how to really hone in on what that looks like for you. So, all right, let's take a look here at what chat is going to do for us today. And chat is a thunking. Based on Mary's resume, experience in ARAP and financial operations, and her stated values, here are 5 roles ranked by overall alignment that fit both who she is and how she wants to work next. And you see that it corrected itself for those who were with me. And I had put in the prompt about Mary's resume, and it said, I don't have the resume. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you do. And by the way, going forward, make sure that you work from this resume and everything that we do concerning Mary. And it promised that it would do so. All right, so here we go. Financial operations analyst with AI enablement focus. And again, for those of you who were with me last year and you are continuing with me this year, or for those of you who have watched some of the videos from last year, you know that the difference is that I'm sprinkling AI inferences and references in everything that we're doing now. All right, wherever I can. So, all right, why this fits Mary? Creativity, designing smarter workflows, dashboards, and automations, not just processing transactions. Helping others, improving how teams get accurate, timely financial insights. Structure, clear processes, controls, and reporting cadences. Continuous learning, with the emphasis on AI, heavy overlap with automation, forecasting tools, and AI assisted reconciliation. Independence often operates as a trusted individual contributor with ownership over systems and insights. So, can you see here? This financial operations analyst role fits with Mary's desires to use creativity, to help others, to have structure, to continually learn specifically around AI, and have some independence in the role. You see that? How it all comes together. We're connecting all the dots. So here we go. Resume alignment. Mary already works at the intersection of data accuracy, process improvement, and cross-functional support. This role simply elevates her impact. All right, next job, accounts payable, accounts receivable, automation specialist. So look at that. We've added one word, automation. She's already an accounts payable, accounts receivable specialist. Now, because of what we just did with the prompt, it included one new word. This fits Mary in the things that she is concerned about in the following ways: reimagining manual workflows using AI, OCR, and rule-based automation, removing friction for vendors, internal teams, and leadership. Clear rules, audit trails, and compliance requirements exist here. And ideal sandbox for applying AI tools to real financial problems. In other words, she can play around with various AI tools using real data. And then often project-based with autonomy to design and implement solutions. So that independence piece is addressed. Her ARAP depth plus growing AI fluency makes her uniquely credible, not theoretical, but practical. So theory is cool. So much of how we get to a solution starts with what? Theory. But at the end of the day, what do we need? We need practical. We need something that works. All right, finance systems trainer, almost done here. Finance systems trainer or enablement lead. Now, this is one place where enabling is a good thing. Okay. Here we go. Addresses translating complex systems into clear, usable training, directly empowering colleagues to succeed. Wow, we could use a little bit more of that. No, a lot more of that in the workplace, because today everybody's looking out for themselves as opposed to saying, okay, how can I help the team to grow? All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. Curriculum design, documentation, and standardized processes, staying current on tools and teaching others how to use them. And that's part of what I'm going to be doing in an upcoming uh, uh, workshop that I'm going to be holding next week. Again, as soon as I get all the information, I'll make sure I make it available to you. But it's next Wednesday, the 14th. All righty, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I hope you'll be able to make it. Stay tuned for more. And then that whole independence thing frequently operates with minimal supervision once trusted. And that's the thing. When people know that you know your stuff, then it's easy for them to trust you to get the work done. And when you've proven yourself by getting the work done, I was talking to a colleague yesterday, and basically, one of the things that I know that I have to help people with as I continue to coach individuals, now I'm coaching small to mid-sized businesses, even schools. But as we continue to coach, it's not just about getting a job or having a resume to get a job. Let me say it that way. And by the way, look out for my new book that's coming out on LinkedIn and how to use and maximize and optimize LinkedIn for your job campaigns. But it's not just about having a resume or having a LinkedIn profile. Today, you've got to have, you ready for this? An AI portfolio. Oh my gosh, what is that, William? That sounds difficult. That sounds like I can't do it. I know that's what some of you just thought. And some of you said, wow, that sounds exciting. That's different. I wonder how I can do that. I wonder if he's going to show us how to do that. I'm going to leave you alone, but I got to mess with you first because I need you to raise your level of thinking this year. Okay. And at the end of the day, the AI portfolio says, hey, I can actually create some things, though they may be fictitious, to show what I'm able to do. Hey, when you take those courses in Coursera or LinkedIn Learning, and they have you practice, they're giving you fictitious files. They're setting everything up for you to go in and practice, and they'll say, create this out of that. And boom, at the end, because of the fact that you were able to do it, you get a passing mark. Well, guess what? That's what you're going to be doing for potential employers now. You're going to be saying, because here's the trap that unfortunately many employers set up for people and they fall into. They go, well, if you had a situation like X, how would you solve for Y? Right? What would you do? And the problem is they have that real problem X and they want you to give that real solution Y, and then they don't hire you. So here you can go in and you can say, well, that sounds interesting, and I'd love to work on that in real time. But what I've done is I've actually created a portfolio of several scenarios that might be of interest to you. I'd love to share my Google Drive or my matter of fact, man, I'm gonna blow your socks off when I get to some of the training that I'm going to do this year with showing you how to actually create online resources so that you can give them a link. And now you don't have to recreate the wheel every time that you're interviewing. You can show the same portfolio to different companies. Now, mind you, you're going to do your research. You're going to make sure you're tweaking your resume. You're going to make sure everything is lining up in your cover letter if you're using one. But at the end of the day, there are some things that you do not have to recreate. You may add a few here or there, and that's fine, but you'll still have a whole plethora of examples that you can point to say, here's what I did. All righty. Let's see here. Alignment with Mary's resume, Mary's ability to explain, Document, that's what I'm talking about, and support processes positions her as a natural educator without requiring a traditional teaching role. All right, next up, and this is, I think we have one more after this, business process analyst, finance or operations side. Many of you need to be working on the operations side. You know enough now that you can actually help run a business or an office or a team. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. Diagnosing problems and designing better systems. This is how it addresses her creativity side. She wants to help others. Well, this role will help make work easier and more efficient across departments. So she's of greater value. So she's going to be less likely to get laid off. Structure, process maps, SOPs, metrics, and controls. So all of these can be created. Continuous learning, applying AI to streamline and standardize operations. And then that whole bit on liking to, wanting to be a team member, but also enjoying working on her own. Analysts are valued for insight, not micromanagement. And then this lines up with her resume because her hands-on operational experience gives her credibility that many analysts lack. Oh, wow. And that's one of those plugs that you make when you're in an interview. Showing my expertise, showing my experience, showing what I've created should help you to see that I have the kind of credibility that many analysts lack. Oh my goodness, you got to learn how to talk about yourself in a good way. Nonprofit or mission-driven finance manager with tech emphasis. This fits Mary. Why? Because she'll be doing more with limited resources. and I'm going to say maybe, not in all cases. All right, there's some nonprofit organizations that are still doing quite well. Helping others, direct alignment with service-oriented missions, stewardship, accountability, and compliance, and then increasing demand for smarter, leaner financial systems, and often trusted to run finance operations with autonomy. Because in many cases, she may be one of maybe 2 or 3 people on a team for an entire organization, or she may be the entire team. Resume alignment. This role aligns especially well if Mary wants her work to feel meaningful, not just efficient. When you have, let's say, a passion for children, and you're working for an organization that assists children, your work, even though you're doing the same thing you did, for the last 20 years at various companies, it just takes on a different meaning. Because you can see that it's not just about the bottom line for the stakeholders as far as dollars and cents if it's a public company, or even a private company, but it's about knowing that you're helping to greatly influence the lives of maybe in cases like with children, those who can't help themselves. All right, I'm gonna let that go. So why all this matters. Mary isn't chasing a title. Oh my gosh. I love if you're taking notes, and maybe that's one of the things I should make sure I suggest every day, that you take notes. I mean, yes, you can still watch the replays, but take something out so that you'll have an actionable item, something to do. Yes, I want you to take the prompt and I want you to put yourself in those prompts. But here we go. Write this one down. Don't chase. Oh, here we go. Because I don't like to say it from a negative standpoint. Respond to a calling instead of a title. She's responding to a calling toward work that is intelligent, useful, and free from busy work. So this year, I want you to respond to a calling versus a title. It shouldn't just be about getting a job, because what's going to happen? After a while, you're going to get discontented. After a while, you're going to get bored. After a while, you're going to say, do I really want to do this? What's the point of doing this? But when you can choose a job that's based on what you feel you're called to do with your assignment, with your talents, your abilities, your gifts, your skills, makes all the difference in the world. So here we go. What if her next role isn't a stretch, but a refinement? A refinement. Her resume already shows the raw material These roles simply place it where it can multiply. And I'm going to say multiply its impact. The next step you can take today, choose one role from this list, rewrite Mary's resume, headline, and summary only for that direction. Momentum starts with clarity. You've got this. As always, good stuff from chat. And as we get deeper into this, there's some things that we can do to augment the information that chat just gave us. Let me go ahead and get this link for you all, and I'll share it in the comment section. And copy the link. It is copied. And so here we go. Alrighty. So, hey, TJ says, wow, I'm ready for that AI portfolio. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. And Dawn said, don't leave me out. Don't leave me out. Don't start this party without me. That's what I'm talking about. And again, I'm just, I don't know how you can tell my palms even itching. I just get so excited just talking about this stuff. I wish that I'm not going to wish that, because there are some other things I'm going to do too. While we only spend a little amount of time with daily AI prompts, when we get to the workshops and the trainings, that's where we can spend more time together, and I can really dig deeper, and you guys can ask questions, and we can make this come alive for you. All righty, listen, I hope I provided some value. Remember, if you know someone who's unemployed, maybe underemployed, or just unhappily employed, tell them about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III. Tell them to go to YouTube and just type in "get up and get a job," subscribe. And if you find that any of this information is helpful, please like. People ask you to like. I'm not getting paid any money from this. And if I were, I don't think that would be bad either. But what it does do is it tells YouTube, hey, this guy has some good information. Other people need to see it. So even if you can't, where you don't share it with others directly by clicking that like button on these various segments, it has the same effect, because it tells the algorithms this here is good stuff. All righty. Look, you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, thank you for your prayers for my wife. And I'm going to go do some more taking care of her. And hopefully she'll start to feel better. If not, then of course, we got to do what we got to do, and do what's necessary to help her get better sooner rather than later. But you all stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday already. Oh my goodness. So tomorrow we'll be dealing with inspiration. All right. We'll send ourselves into the weekend with inspiration, a prompt for inspiration. But love you all. See you tomorrow. God.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.